go. Game number 3. Wouldn't surprise me too much if Bleed want to go for the level 1 team fight again.
Prepare for
Neon
battle.
definitely could oblige as well with their own draft, but we'll see. I'm very curious to see what CDR's item build-up is going to be this game. For now, he's just queued up the classic phase boots. You know, I wouldn't blame him for just avoiding the Battle Fury build-up this game and just going for something else like a Diffusal Blade. It's Neon. Barely or narrowly going to avoid Bleed Esports for now, but they do make it to the dire triangle. Oh, DJ. Break the smoke of Bombi. That Watcher attempt kind of gave it away, but Bleed are going to narrowly avoid the gank attempt that was incoming from Neon.
I love winning.
No level 1 team fight to break out. Not yet anyway. 15 seconds left though till the banner runes do spawn up. Neon positioning themselves for the top bounties. JG trying to rush for the others as well. We're going to see Polison. Sticky Bomb will land, but he does have the blinding light to knock them back. Still, Polison has been slowed up quite a lot with these blood grenades plus the enchant, and JG again is going to be able to secure first blood on the Magnus. And I keep saying this, but this is the one guy I feel as though you do not want to give these kills over to. As he is still chasing Jackie, by the way. Jackie just taking so much damage on his way to the tier 1 tower, losing half his HP. It's kind of the thing with this Mag Techies combo. If you land a Sticky Bomb with the empower damage that JG has to offer, it's just too much harassment. See how this top lane does go. Of course, it is going to be Polison and Jackie against JG and Bombi. And for now, Polison is going to just ensure that Bombi does remain low in the HP pool, while he can at least. But I do fear for the well-being of Bleed up at this top lane. It is a very scary lane to have to be up against. Things could turn very, very quickly for you if you are not too careful. Of course, you are also looking at the bottom lane where you will see CDR and Castaway will be up against Masaros and DJ. It's another lane where there is a lot of kill potential here for Masaros and DJ. However, I would say it also goes the other way. Never underestimate the Ursa Enchantress. CDR certainly can get a lot of damage off with these Fury swipes. So we are going to have another pause. Discord issues, perhaps? We're not going to know. DJ just disconnects immediately. I'm going to assume Discord issues is probably the call. Still 1-0 already. Again, JG was able to pick up first blood. The mid lane is the one lane we haven't really discussed too much. Makoto and Ken will be going at it. I think Ken should easily have the matchup advantage here on the TA. You're already seeing him press the advantage quite a bit here onto Makoto. Makoto having himself a very good game on the puck last game around, but that is to be expected from him on that signature puck. On the Pango, I don't know what we're expecting. I mean, he's played a lot of it. He's very good at it. It's certainly not a puck, but it's something. Ken is trying to give him the hardest time possible here in this mid lane, ensuring he gets hit by the Melt Strike plus some more harass. This is why the TA comes out. You love this kind of matchup here for Ken. Every time Makoto does come close for a CS, he's just going to cop so much damage. Ken maybe looking for the side blade bounces, but no. We'll let Makoto go. Still Makoto really playing on the edge, trying to get close for the CS, but it's so tough as you can see, and it is only going to get harder. Refraction up now. Makoto just getting dived past the tier 1 tower. Will be left alive, but only has one Tango to play with. Is going to go for a water rune at least. We'll be able to heal up a little bit, but as I said, Makoto's not going to have an easy lane. This is going to be very, very tough for him. We'll check back a little bit later on, I suppose, see if Makoto is able to catch up. DJ, bottom lane did get enchanted there for a moment, but we'll be okay. CDR not having the safest time either down to this bottom lane. It does seem like he is quite threatened by the DJ Masteros combo with the Rubik Centaur. I think as you get maybe a couple more levels, at least level 3, you can start to play a little bit more assertively as the Ursa because you know you can fight back. But for now at the level 2 mark, he does not want to borrow it. Does not want to risk his life trying to fight against DJ and Massa. He will, however, risk his life for the Lotus Pool. Castaway will be able to take it for himself. Bombi, top lane. Nice blast off away here from Polison. Polison going for the chase, does hit a blood grenade. No, he did not. That was a miss. The salve does continue on Bombi. So Polison trying to go for the value play with the blood grenade, but doesn't quite work out. Sadly, Polison going to have to take even more damage on his way out. Kind of the obnoxious thing with this tech is you hit that level 3 mark with the level 2 sticky bomb. The damage output just starts to get pretty damn insane. Mind you, Bombi is still at the level 2 mark, so only has level 1 sticky bomb, but I think things do get a lot worse for Polison and Jackie up at the top lane once you do have that level 2 sticky bomb available here for Bombi. He will continue to try and be as big of a nuisance as possible. So no other kills happening across the map so far. Both mid lane is still looking rather healthy. Ken, though, really is starting to overtake in terms of the CS department. Koda still just playing very carefully. Not trusting that the Pango will be able to deal with the TA damage. Meanwhile, Massaros not playing so carefully as CDR. Dropping low, does back his way out. The Castaway is able to secure the kill onto Massaros. It does leave CDR very low on the HP pool, but he does have a salve, and now they can look towards DJ again. Enchant is there, they will cancel the salve off, but CDR knows he can't really die! No, he really plays on the edge. 20 HP he will survive on. But he'll be alright for now, but Polison comes in. Polison looking for a blinding light attempt. Maybe back in a Master or CDR gonna find out the hard way. Polison's here, and CDR will eventually go down. Oh boy, what a messy set of engagements. Down to the bottom lane. Castaway now being chased, does cop the stunt from Massaros.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Eventually they might have their way with him, but Castaway, for now, is gonna be okay. He does back his way out. But my god, it does start to get very, very scary. If you are Bleed, it's playing on edge here as Massaros now being chased a little bit by Castaway. Meanwhile, Makoto also in danger in the mid lane, does get hit by a blast off and he is gone. Makoto just not having a good mid lane, and now with the rotations out from Bombi, having an even worse mid lane. He's about 12 CS behind. I believe 1 level behind Ken as well. This is the kind of start you never really want to give a TA. Like these TAs, they just start to snowball out of control once they hit the jungle. Ken, he's had the absolute perfect start that he could have asked for.
Radiant's middle tower.
A kill plus all the CS he could have wanted. So we have seen bad starts from Bleed before. I mean, this is not as bad as the previous games we've had. It was the last game around, I think they went 10-1. Maybe even 13-1 before they actually found a secondary kill. And they still ended up winning the game anyway. Still very quiet across the map. Props to Jackie, of course, as usual, still finding farm in a pretty challenging lane. It's got a 29-5. Obviously, JG having a much better time on the mag, but that is to be expected if they are left alone like this. Meanwhile, Wisdom Runes, Polison able to steal one away. DJ and Polison able to find both Wisdom Runes. This is after Neon was just dominating the Wisdom Rune game. In game number 2, I believe it was, they got the first 4 Wisdom Runes, but this time they'll lose the initial 2. Bit of a chase on Polison, but Polison, he is a very fast man on a very fast horse. Will he just find to back his way out?
Invisibility.
Get on Jackie again. Last stop was there. Illuminate will not land onto the techies. Jackie ultimately is going to be just fine. JG does have the RP to play with, but without any more follow-up damage, there's definitely no chance he actually secures the kill. Lead. Well, maybe thinking about rotating up top, but Makoto just taking the shield route for himself, though he does find some nice stacks. Allison did have that cheeky observer ward on the high ground earlier into that Radiant Triangle, so had vision of the stacks being made, and Makoto, he does need the catch-up fast. He's going to appreciate these stacks being taken for himself.
Where are you going?
Castaway's going to find him eventually, but I don't believe Castaway has a chance of actually killing him off on his own. So Makoto will be just fine to escape anyway. Meanwhile, top lane, jumping on Jackie, though Jackie will survive, moving back in on Bobby now with Vaughn. Rather than the Shadow Step as JG gets hit by Rolling Thunder from Makoto mid-TP. Makoto getting stuck on the Lotus Pool, is still chasing. JG just trying to back his way out, but he is looking as good as dead. Swash does not land, but it will not matter. Jackie finding a double kill now on the Spectre. And Neon, well, they were having a very strong start to this game number 3. But a double kill to Jackie is not going to be what they want. Jackie was kind of struggling in the net worth department, but now with the double kill, kind of skyrockets up to the 3rd place and is right behind JG now, just 200 gold behind. DJ, he's getting dived past the T2 tower, and oh, I slipped up. Does cancel the blast off. Stampede will save DJ. Poor old Bobby will be left behind, does go down. These are the kind of little plays that Neon, you know, it starts to cost you after a while.
Radiant's top
You know, these
tower
kills
is
don't
under
look
attack.
so bad yet, but they do start to add up quite a bit. And this is after Neon had an extremely good laning stage. It feels as though they're kind of throwing this away. And
Radiant's
Makoto
middle
seems
tower
like he's
is
completely
under
caught
attack.
up. Jackie's caught up. Masaros has not had that bad of a time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hollison still scouting out stacks, actually somehow avoiding Castaway's vision. Just hiding behind a tree. Castaway does eventually realize he's there. And it should mean Paulison is set to fall. Look at it. Bobby will take him with the blast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lead in the meantime. They'll find a bottom tier 1 tower. It will take a little bit of time, but they've got a siege group
Dire's
available.
top tower is under
Cannon
attack.
will also just take the ancient stack they
Radiant
had going.
structures are fortified. Radiant's
Does not want to risk giving it back the way of Bleed if you can avoid it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But Bleed, yeah, still being left in the bottom tier 1, so they are able to take that out scot-free. Mind you, the top tier 1 tower was also taken by Neon, so it's pretty even kind of trades happening. GG gonna have his Blink Dagger up now. Masaros has picked up the Veil of Discord to boot, so little power spikes happening here and there for both sides. I'd say JG's Blink Dagger is a bit of a bigger deal. But Neon don't really seem like they're quite in the mood to get too aggressive yet. Maybe wait for Ken to have his own Blink up. Maybe even wait for the BKB to be available on the TA to really ensure that you've got some strong team fight going for yourself. Especially up against the Blade Mail now that Jackie does have on the Spectre. Skewer back, JG. Gonna find Makoto. RP skew up, maybe more than enough, though Stampede is there from Makoto.
Radiant's
The Makoto's
bottom
still
tower
alive, but
is
the
under
damn
attack.
Acorn shot, rather the Siege shot, bouncing around, but it's not going to be enough from the Warpine Raider. So RP skewer committed, nothing to really come out of it but the use of the Stampede from Massa. But I think this is why Bleed really appreciate the offlane Centaur here from Masaros. Not only is he getting a lot done just on his own farming, but having the global Stampede available at any moment to ensure their cause remain alive against this Magnus, it has proven to be invaluable. Obviously, Masteros just really enjoys the hero to boot. We are going to see a smoke coming out. Bleed. 3-man smoke up towards the north of the map. Cast away. At least does tank the gank for his team. Kodo to pick that one up for himself.
Dire's top
If
tower
anyone was
is
going to
under
die,
attack.
obviously you'd prefer it to be cast away. So not too big of a deal for him. Does allow the timing here for Ken to pick up the Blink Dagger down the TA. Question is, does he go for the Desolator or does he go for the BKB now on the TA? I think the BKB is probably worth it. Just depends on whether he wants to fight yet or not. See what he queues up.
Dire are scanning.
Meanwhile, Jackie's still farming towards the Radiance, but he has been left alone for quite a while in the
Radiant's
Spectre.
middle tower is under
Obviously, he's not going to be able to farm anywhere near as fast as the TA does, but he does have the Blade Mail up. He can farm at a decent pace. We've seen Jackie, it's kind of his specialty. Just disappearing for 5 or 10 minutes and coming out with a bunch of new items. So JG, SRP out, does catch one into the minds of Bombi. They completely blow up Jackie. It's just such an old school way of doing it, but you love to see it. Neon, remembering Dota All-Stars. Meanwhile, DJ, getting jumped here by CDR, but he will be okay to retreat as Makoto. Gonna jump in with the Rolling Thunder. Castaway somehow ended up on the cliff. So he's in a bit of a precarious situation. And somehow nobody dies down at bottom lane. Everyone actually survives. Everyone just fine as Castaway gets to just hang around at the top on that top of the cliff.
That should help.
What can you do? It happens, Castaway. You'll have TP in 3 seconds anyway, so he'll be alright. At least he's alive,
Dire are
right?
Scanning.
Neon.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They do move up towards the top lane through the twin gates here, Neon, but it's looking like it's just for a Roshan attempt. Lead. They try and fight this. I mean, you've got an Ursa TA against you, so it should be pretty obvious that at some point Roshan's going to happen pretty early on.
Amazing what you
Radiant are
find,
scanning.
Ken will take the Aegis for himself. Because he does have that Aegis now, he does end up actually queuing up the Deso. He had a Shard queued up earlier, but as soon as he knew Roshan was going their way, he'll just switch to the Desolator. With that secondary life, you may as well go for the bonus damage up or just go for the burst potential. Immediately down in the bottom lane. They want to see if they can find a pick up at the Masaros. Skewer is there from GG. Massa immediately just committing the Stampede to try and run away from here. And he will make it for now off the back of the help from DJ. No kill to come out from Bleed.
Dire's top tower is
They
under
will
attack.
force 4 heroes to rotate down
Radiant's
towards the
middle
bottom lane to
tower is
ensure
under attack.
Masaros does remain alive. But then again, Neon are pretty grouped up themselves. Smoke up behind Ken.
Radiant are scanning.
Waiting around, trying to ensure that this bottom T1 does remain protected. It is a little bit challenging trying to fight
Dire's
into the
structures
Aegis of
are
Ken.
fortified.
Especially when
Dire's
you know the
bottom
Bombi's
tower
just
is
placing
under
mines
attack.
around the right side of the area.
Radiant
The
structures
eastern side of the
are
map is not going to
fortified.
feel very safe with all these proximity mines being placed in the tree line from Bombi. Meanwhile, Skewer back. They're going to fight Masaros again. This time there is no Stampede to keep him alive, so Masaros is gone. And it's not even just the proximity mines from Bombi, right? You've got the traps from Ken.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's all very yucky. Neon Esports just kind of trapping a whole area, mining it up and ensuring that you cannot safely fight them. Do they go for a T2 tower? But they're going to see DJ. DG trying for the skewer back, will not find it yet, but goes for the RP instead. Then gets the skewer after, and Well, DJ, he's going to try and survive with the Pavis, but it's no good. He's down. Meanwhile, Makoto, he popped the Rolling Thunder. He tried to help out, but he got blocked off by a wall. All very messy right here from Bleed. Kind of ending up in that similar situation from last game. Like, it's not quite as bad yet, but Ken does seeming to get pretty out of control very, very soon on the TA. He has just enough gold for the Desolator now, and he will buy it outright. Don't forget as well, CDR, he just picked up the Battle Fury. He has enough gold now available to pick up the Blink Dagger. So this Ursa is now able to get aggressive with the rest of his team. And he will buy out the Blink immediately. So even with the Spectre free farming, Jackie is still not able to keep up. It is a very slow pace of farm. Obviously, he never really feels safe either against JG and Bombi, seeing as what happened last time. In fact, this time CDR is going to rush up to the Spectre. Castaway's patiently waiting, along with JG. Bombi will join. Meanwhile, the southern side, Ken, he'll go through the twin gates and does narrowly avoid the gank attempt coming in from Bleed. At least Jackie, though, does also avoid the gank that was coming in from Neon. So you've got that going for you. Nobody dies, but Neon is still going to find value. They're looking for the top T2 tower. The Desolator up on Ken, it's not going to take very long to get this done. And it's gone. No defense.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Bleeder not feeling confident to try and defend that tower.
Bottom tower is under attack.
At least the Aegis is going to expire in about a minute for Ken, so they're not too afraid of high ground happening yet. But Ken's still finding great value. He's going to find a T2 mid tower out of this. Bleed Esports, they're just trying to trade by taking the bottom T2, but they're not even around the area yet. I mean, it's just DJ and Polison hanging around that T2 tower.
Middle tower is under attack.
The Bleeder just watching the mid T2 tower die. And Ken on the TAs, Ken just claps to himself. TPs are eventually coming down towards the bottom lane. CDR is going to be around to ensure that the T2 bottom tower does remain protected. Meanwhile, lines being drawn out from Neon. They want to just run through the Radiant jungle and see if they can find themselves a straggler. Jackie is the closest target to them. I believe the traps are seeing this as Jackie will try for the TP! Oh, but JG's caught him! JG has caught him again! Jackie! I can't believe that skewer landed! I cannot believe that skewer landed. It looked a little bit off the mark. But just barely JG catches it. And Jackie, I do not think will be very happy about that one whatsoever. That felt a little bit rough. Lead, I mean, they group up, they want to protect the bottom tier 2 tower. They do not want to allow all their outer towers to go down this early. We are only 21 minutes in. They'll jump Ken on the TA, but do you have damage without the Spectre? Oh, in fact, they do. They certainly do, apparently. Ken, he just got left behind. Bombi also kind of being left behind here on the techies. Will eventually go down. This is kind of what you start to worry about for Neon. Like, they're making these amazing plays, they're controlling the whole map, they're finding the Spectre kills, and then suddenly Ken will just die. Or CDR will just die. And it's just like, why are these kills happening?
Gold,
you know, it's just stick as 5, stick as a team. Back off together. And that way nobody's going down because Bleed will not fight you 5v5. Not yet anyway. But with these little individual pickoffs that they're getting, Bleed are slowly dragging this game back their way. And the Spectre is eventually going to be a huge problem. And Jackie now has enough gold for the Radiance up. So suddenly his farm and damage escalates quite a bit. And I'd say in another 10 minutes or so, I think Neon will probably be the team that find themselves behind if this game keeps up again. Jackie's always kind of been a master of the late game with these position 1s. He's not the kind that likes to finish the game early. He does like to farm. But now, with only a 4K advantage for Neon, Sure, they are still well and truly in the lead, but they do have to be a little bit cautious not to give any team fights away to Bleed, especially going into that high ground. Shiva's guard now up on Masaros as well, and they're going to go right into a smoke off the back of this.
Radiant are scanning.
Conceal yourselves.
Esports wrapping around through the dire jungle. Roshan will tell us when it's going to respawn in about 12 seconds. Masaros having a look around with the Shiva's guard is going to find nothing quite yet. We do see Bombi. Bombi showing up for a moment on that creep wave. We'll try for the TP play out. Oh, Makoto! Makoto eventually is going to get him. That was a beautiful guess from the Pango. He did not have vision around that area. A perfect rolling thunder to at least find something for their trouble. Meanwhile, the rest of Neon, they do smoke up as 3. Heading back into that dire jungle, Neon Esports looking up top to see if they can pick up an easy support kill here. Jay and Paulison both able to retreat. When we go, Massa, Paulison. Doesn't seem like they want to do with Masaros right now. Back Masaros. He's the one to jump in on the castaway. First castaway getting blown up. CDR though onto Massa, doing a lot of damage. The Pavis will save Masaros for now, but the chase, well, it is going to stop as well. Neon not wanting to go high ground without a big advantage. They will retreat once again. This is really just perfect gameplay from Bleed. They're buying more and more time for this Spectre. Even with this Ursa TA, you start to get a little bit concerned as the game goes on. They could drag this out quite long
Scanning.
if they wanted to here, Bleed, with a Pangolier and a Keeper of the Light, and a Rubik on top of that. The high ground defense is certainly very, very strong. Roshan is going to respawn and make his way over to the top side of the Roshan pit. Mind you, Bleed are very well aware that this is probably happening. There are traps and mines. That'll give the info away here now to Neon. CDR's not stopping though. Massa, he's going to jump in. Bombi has already been caught out, and CDR already at low HP. Does need a BKB up and does back his way out. JG in the meantime commits the RP. He will find Makoto on the Pango. It's a great pick-off so far for Neon. Bleed are not backing off though. They'll hold that position. They do not want to sacrifice or give up this next Roshan. They've got vision around the area. But so does Neon with these traps out. They've always got the knowledge of when they're coming. Roshan will rule once again. Meanwhile, Bleed holding onto the high ground. Makoto's going to be up in 18 seconds. Bombi is back up. He's on his way. Roar out again from Roshan. JG trying for a skewer. Gets lifted up by DJ. He's in a very awkward scenario now. Jackie has jumped in, but JG is going to survive as they will go into Masaros CDR. He's doing so much damage, and Masaros is gone. So is Palos, or excuse me, rather Paulison, I should say. DJ, in the meantime, we'll be alright. I'm not sure why Palos jumped into my mind, but Palos apparently catching strays here from the caster. Neon. They will go back for the Roshan, and it will go their way. Bleed, nice attempt at trying to stop the Roshan, but not quite nice enough. And this gives them another kind of period where they're very, very awkwardly just sitting on high ground, trying to defend against Neon. As we haven't. How are we having a Discord issue 27 minutes into the game? How? Every team in SCA needs a microphone specialist, I think. We just need one audio engineer just standing by at any moment. for these moments. Not sure what the players are doing to their headsets or their microphones, but they're doing something. Anyway, what I was trying to say is Bleed now probably have to just defend high ground for the next few minutes. As Neon Esports, with this Aegis up, it gives them another nice opportunity to try and move high ground before Bleed becomes a huge problem with their draft. And Neon are currently sitting at a 69% win probability, but it has been rather close during this game number 3. Bleed currently sitting at 31%. More Bleed. They do have some key items coming up very soon, like you do have an Aghanim Scepter coming out on Makoto. There is a Manta style being worked on by Jackie. Should have that up relatively soon, as we are going to see Bombi now disconnect. So Masros has queued up a BKB for himself and an Aeon disc, which I don't really disagree with, because as soon as he gets stunned once, CDR is just jumping him immediately. And once the Centaur is gone, like, you don't have that tanky frontline to worry about anymore. It's a big problem. At least for Bleed, that is. So I don't blame him for going for the BKB and the Aeon disc at the same time, because it's just, he kind of needs it. BKB will be worked on first, but either way, it's a pretty tough situation now for the Centaur, knowing that CDR will just target him every single time. Speaking of BKBs, Ken now picks his own one up, so a very late BKB timing, but usually that works in the favor of Neon Esports, as they do have that 9-second charge now available for Ken. Jackie has been spotted on the bottom creep wave, and pings were out immediately here from Neon. They are still heading around that area, but I believe they may just assume that the Spectre is gone.
Radiant are scanning.
Jackie, he'll stick around the area, probably just ready to skip the next creep wave of the Radiant side, not allowing the last T2 tower to go down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Neon. Certainly look like they're thinking about just going after the Tier 2 anyway, and Jackie did not skip that creep wave. Not feeling safe to do so. He'll get the next one. Problem is that bottom Tier 2 tower is going to go down, and Neon certainly have the choice if they want to try and go with this bottom lane of barracks. But after the game, after game 2 and the way they threw the game by going high ground, they may feel a little bit conscious of not throwing the game in this game 3. Top side, Massa. Oh, Massa's been caught. RP right after the Stampede as well. Perfectly timed by JG. Which means Massaros has no chance of escape. Another big kill set up by the Mag. Ken will happily jump in and secure the kill. I believe that's what these cores call it. Kill securing. Neon. Makoto. Makoto was spotted. Bombi will see him, but he's already used the blast off, so there's no cancel. Oh, Neon, I wonder, I mean, 30 seconds without the Centaur, can they get at least a T3 tower back? It seems like they're not really going to try for it. Meanwhile, CDR. Still farming, still just controlling the map. Asher now completed on the Ursa. Lead. Stuck on the high ground, at least until the Aegis expires, I think. And that's still another 2 minutes away. Like, this is the one area that Bleed can kind of rely on to give them a good opportunity at trying to make a comeback here in this game 3. Just relying on the high ground defense to come. Seems like they wanted to try and make a rotation into the die triangle, but it doesn't really pan out as they see their wards getting dewarded by Castaway. And it's kind of the thing as well, like, if anyone shows the map and JG's around, you are probably just going to die. Here we go. Neon, do they want to smoke up? They're hoping somebody shows on the mid creep wave by the looks of it. JG ready whenever for the blink skewer play. Aegis still has another minute 20, so they do have time for a tier 3 tower. CDR looking to try and force a fight. I really cannot say Neon are looking too confident to try and make this high ground play yet. Asa. Getting ready, positioning himself for this high ground defense once again. Neon have decided, it seems, to let the Aegis go. I mean, there's only about 45 seconds left for it to expire anyway, and JG has given the call to retreat. CDR now. Just working towards that Abyssal Blade, just make life even harder. Bleed gonna smoke up his 4, knowing the Aegis is down. I mean, this team fight could really just be make or break here for Bleed Esports. They do not have many buybacks available. Like, Jackie is still missing his buyback. Makoto at least has his. Polison has his, but that's about it. You don't have Masaros with a buyback. You don't have Jackie with a buyback. This team fight could be very, very awkward for Bleed, but they are going to try and force it. They do see Ken. Keep in mind, Ken does still have a cheese available to boot. And he still has that 9-second BKB charge on top of that. Bleed's still so patient, not seeing the opening. They do not want to move into the high ground of that dire triangle blind. They'll head back towards the Tormentor as the smoke has expired. Neon seem to have read the movement very well. In fact, they might have a chance at Makoto. No, he does blink away in time. Neon, do they want the Tormentor perhaps? Yes, they do. Nice quick Tormentor for Castaway. It's the old Sprink Up, which is a very useful ability for the Ench. You cannot underestimate how much damage Castaway is going to have now, just sprinking around the team fight. Lead. Still just stuck on the high ground. I mean, even if Neon never push, they're just growing this net worth lead more and more and more. Just holding on to that 80% win probability that they have right now. I think the key timing for Neon is going to be once CDR does have the Abyssal Blade up. I believe that'll be around the time where they make the call to move high ground and give it a crack. They could also just wait for the next Roshan if they really want to, but that is going to be quite a while away. If Bleed give them the opportunity, I believe they will just jump. The opportunity may be here. Bleed has moved down to the low ground of that top lane. There is a bit of an issue with DJ having the TA traps available. The psionic traps, because now you do have some free vision being provided by the Rubik. So it is going to be a little bit more challenging to kind of jump and surprise reveal against Bleed. So he also has the shards up, so you do have that awkward silence. Here we go, JG. Shadow Blade up. Surprise reveal, he'll go in onto Masaros. And Massa has been dragged into the loving arms of CDR, though he still gets a stampede away. They did not have enough damage. Massa will make it. Meanwhile, CDR will try onto Polis, and Polis is still okay as well as Jackie's going to show up. They're trying onto the Ursa. CDR dropping very low, trying to run with the BKB, but Makoto is on the chase. Massa's got him. The Ursa, he's in huge trouble, but CDR still trying to run, does not make it out. He is down. That's the big bear gone. Still they go for more. Makoto will find Bombi. Ken just blinking his way out, not liking what he sees. Castaway being left behind. They Bleed. They're doing it again. They are doing it again. They're finding openings. You're at that 35-minute mark. This is where things get very, very scary now. As Neon and every team fight, it really does start to count. You miss that initial initiation onto Masaros, you don't get the kill. You saw Jackie just jump in immediately, knowing they had the advantage. I can't believe Masaros survived that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's unbelievable the fact that he actually made it out, but they just didn't have enough with CDR.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Concerning signs here for Neon. Lead. Still 13k behind, but win probability now back down to 67% for Neon. Roshan, sadly for Bleed, is not going to respawn early. It is going to be another minute and a half away, so Neon will have plenty of time.
Dire's courier has been
Just
killed.
wait around and wait for the next Roshan to come up. Neon immediately going to rush up with the smoke. Look at the traps though. Look at the traps the DJs has set up here. I appreciate DJ just prioritizing this trap usage here against Ken. Like it's a very easy spell to steal, but look at the vision it gives you. Makoto though. Makoto gets caught out. The RP does land. Makoto's gone! Makoto's gone without buyback! A double kill out for Ken.
Was a secret
He's looking for Paulison now. Paulison trying to TP away, but the damage output's too much.
Never find you.
Oh boy, I mean, the traps do not give enough vision apparently. There's JG again, finding a beautiful skewer back. 3 down for Bleed. And Roshan, it's only 10 seconds away from spawning. Well, that's it. Roshan will definitely be going the way of Neon now. There's no two ways about that. There you go, Castaway. He'll scout it out for the team. CDR will jump in and take care of it. So Aegis, Keys, and Aghanim Scepter. Blessing is available now. Whoever wants it. So they will end up giving the Axe Blessing here to CDR, so he's got that pretty broken Enrage. Yeah, extremely hard to kill this man off now. Just Enrage whenever the hell he wants.
Gold and sweet.
So a lot of patience here on both these sides. Neon, they again, do not want to throw this game away. Even with the advantages they've found themselves with, the game is still very winnable for Bleed Esports. You're getting to the stage though, like for Neon, where they're running out of item slots now. The Basher of CDR has just been placed in the backpack. He'd rather have the Nullifier. See, he'll be able to have the Basher back once the Aegis does expire. We've got to wait till that point, as we are going to have another pause coming out. Ken's having an FPS issue, apparently. Ken is actually rushing the... Well, he was queuing up the Arcane Blink for himself in the TA. See, the quick buy menu is now gone because he's disconnected, but seems like he does want the Arcane Blink for himself. CDR again going back for the Abyssal Blade now. Jackie trying to work towards the Nullifier and the Spectre. He does have the Aghanim Scepter available, so Haunt is there, but it has not proven to be so useful yet. We do have the reconnection from JG. DJ is having a couple issues himself here on the Rubik. Because yeah, you definitely don't want any FPS drops right now. You're getting very close to pulling off this game victory and this series victory if you are Neon. And Bleed, obviously, with this defense. Oh, whoopsie daisies. We have a disconnection on DJ, boys. Paulison getting a little bit too excited. Castaway's apologizing. Why is Castaway apologizing?
Hilarious.
Well, Castaway is just casually apologizing early for his team. That's the sign of a true leader right there. Just even before knowing it's his team's fault, he's apologizing. You'd love to see that. It's probably why the rest of his teammates actually kind of respect him as a captain. Well, while we're on the topic, it seems as though captains in SCA are something that aren't respected very often from what I've heard and seen. So to find a good captain in this region that the players actually respect enough to listen to is apparently quite a challenge in the SCA. And I think Castaway is probably one of the better people in the captain role, I would argue. Based off what I've seen from his personality here in this this close qualifier. Neon. Gonna move in through the mid lane. 28k advantage. Aegis up. Double cheese also available on both JG and Castaway. It's just like, who do you actually aim that can actually die?
Dire are
Or even Bombi's got like a full pipe of insight up for his team.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Tier 3 tower down. They are draining all the mana of CDR. They are being relatively annoying here for the Ursa. Kodo gonna jump in. Haunt is out as well. They're looking to blow up Ken, and Ken is immediately just bursted down. They've even got the Aces of the Ursa. That's a great start for Bleed. CDR needs to get out of there, desperately trying to turn around. In fact, he's going to go after Massaros. Ken's going to buy back in the meantime. Blast off in from Bombi. They'll try for Jackie, and now the RP's out. JG, he's got a couple for DJ. He'll take the RP away. It's still not enough, though. It is not enough. They are down, but the buybacks are immediate. Jackie, he'll come back into the fray after CDR. They've got the Ursa. The Ursa is gone, but now Ken. Ken has returned. Jackie cannot afford to die back, but he is... No, he's fine. He will TP back towards the fountain. But it's a 2v4 scenario. Neon, they've got the numbers advantage. The issue is they are lacking their carry, but they've got a TA they can rely on. All they require now is a creep wave. The mid racks, it will eventually go down. They are not going to try for T4 towers. The respawn timers are still relatively short.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Onto the bottom racks they go. They want to play this conservatively. I can't quite blame them.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Oh, into the minefield side. That's a bit dangerous. DJ just almost killing himself off by running through it. This is what I mean, Bob. He's just being as annoying as humanly possible now with the Ags up. That minefield sign in the middle of a chaotic team fight, you cannot underestimate the damage output. JG, how many bounty runes did he just pick up? JG got 6 bounty runes. Very, very nice. Now a 34k advantage, 96% win probability here for Neon. Even a double damage rune and amplified damage is available at that top rune spot.
Radiant
Obviously, you saw Ken completely melt, as he did not have the Aegis nor cheese available on himself. But with a double damage rune available for him, I'm sure he's ready to fight once again. There's not too many buybacks available on the map left, but Polison's the only one on Bleed that has buyback available right now. Makoto's about 300 gold short, and Massaros is about 30 gold short. Still, Bleed are the ones to smoke up and try to move into that mid lane, but Neon, they're going to group up and smoke themselves. It could be a huge team fight to decide the game. The Mines will give the info over. They know where Bleed are. They'll jump in, but CDR, he gets to the low ground. They'll skewer Massaros away, but the Stampede is going to allow them to reposition. Still, Massa is being chased down. He is barely alive. Now the RP out. They've caught Makoto. Makoto is gone. That is the Pango down. Massaros somehow got out of there with about 50 HP. He was one hit away from dying. And thankfully for Bleed, Makoto has buyback. He gets it just in the nick of time. Problem is they do not have Rolling Thunder. They do not have Haunt available. They don't have Stampede either. So it's the opening that Neon have been looking for. How do you initiate and fight this one, Bleed? Still waiting. Oh, CDR! CDR right in. They even found Masaros behind the tree line. Masaros! He's just sitting duck without his ulti. He's gone. He's got buyback. He'll commit it immediately. Lead still holding out. 3 buybacks committed. That's going to be enough for Neon to get out of it. They do not want a bar of this. Next Roshan is going to be the big objective for both sides. 43.5 minutes in. Lead is still holding out. They are 2 Raxes down.
Come on, Sprite.
But it won't matter. I mean, you're late enough now that you can defend easily against these super creeps. It's all about not letting the Megas come in and maybe just fighting over the next Roshan. They'll go for a Tormentor, but it's such a slow process. Like, Jackie cannot do it on his own. It's still a Spectre at the end of the day. He needs some help. Now a refresher all being built up on JG as well. This is where things start to get really just tantalizing if you are played. It's just, you've got to be so careful. This Magnus has the ability to just completely shut down a team fight now. And it seems as though Neon are going to continue just playing this one very, very safely. Giving themselves the time to have a crack at that next Roshan before they try to move high ground again. Already mines being placed here from Bombi around the Twin Gates area. Of course, you do still have a lot of traps there from DJ as well, don't forget. They do not expire, even once the spell has disappeared. So a little bit of cheeky info being provided here from DJ as well. Not quite as much as Bombi's providing, though, I'd say. I wonder... Oh, they are going to find the traps anyway. So, no more traps available there, at least for the Rubik. I just wonder, like, is this going to be a quick Roshan, or is it going to take another 2.5 minutes? Apparently there's just a casual gem sitting in the Roshan pit right now as well, just nobody's picked it up. Like, there you go, the courier of JG will go ahead and take it for himself. Roshan. Oh, it's a very long one. 3 minutes away. That's basically the longest Roshan you could have asked for. And that really favors Bleed quite a lot, because they want the time. They're 40k behind right now. They did not want a quick Roshan fight. They want to allow themselves time to have buyback back up. They want to allow themselves time to have gold back up, get some more items. 3 minutes is a real blessing here for Bleed, I would argue. It also gives you more and more time to actually come up with a game plan as to how you're going to contest this next Roshan. Because Neon will not like what they see. This is not what they wanted. They're basically just sitting around Roshan pit now for the next 3 minutes, just ensuring that it doesn't get taken by Bleed. So now you have so much space to work and try to figure out something as Bleed. Also just picks up a full sight device for himself, apparently. So now you've got a Hex up on Bleed. Full Nullifier available on Jackie as well. Gonna feel very, very nice for himself. Sadly for Masaros, he is not gotten to the stage where he has the Aeon just yet. That would help quite a lot as DJ almost goes down, but will make it. Paulson does get a free shards for himself, so now Recall is available. Which is actually a super nice spell to have, by the way. Because you are looking to just push out lanes and back off to the fountain as soon as you can, as Bleed. So the Recall does certainly help you in terms of just pushing out waves and just coming back to your team. It's Neon, they're literally just still standing there by the Roshan pit. Like, there's nothing else they can do but wait. They do get scanned out for a second of the pit. Bleed are not really making their way over yet. They're just slowly pacing their way over. Still using the time to get some farm up. There's a 4-man smoke now. So they are eventually going to decide to try and go after this Roshan attempt. But they might be met by CDR before they get there. And CDR is going to show himself on the creep wave. Makoto. He's in. X is out. They caught the Ursa. CDR. They're trying to blow him up, but he gets the enrage off mid-disable. Still, the nullifier is going to fly out on the Ursa, but he's still able to walk away. In fact, now Makoto's the one that could be in danger, but he'll survive for now. Meanwhile, Jackie jumping right in. He'll be stunned up by CDR. Now the RP comes out, holding down the Spectre. Jackie is gone. 2 minutes is the respawn timer for the Spectre. It's Massaros. He will be the second to fall. No buyback available on him either. Sadly for Jackie, he was only 480 gold short of the buyback gold. But he will not have it. And now Roshan, it's still 5 seconds away. But Neon just completely ignore it. Without buyback available, they just want to go straight for the jugular.
Barracks are under attack.
Maybe even looking to just force the buyback out from this Spectre. But of course it is not going to happen without the gold.
Barracks has fallen.
There is one bounty rune available right now at the bottom side of the map, but that is not going to be anywhere near enough,
Bottom barracks.
even if Bleed were able to get there. So now Megas are up and online. Dire Straits if you're a Bleed fan. Neon though, looking to get through to the upper bracket final. Looking very, very good here. The tier 4 tower's under siege. Still a minute away for the Spectre to respawn. Buyback gold is not coming quick enough as JG. He'll find Makoto on the Pango. Makoto just annihilated. No buyback either. Neon, they've got the GG call. They've done it. They are into the upper bracket final. And Bleed, sadly, will have to go through the lower bracket. But if you're a Neon Esports fan, you get to see them in that upper bracket final for a position at ESL One Birmingham.